Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to our seminar for today. My name is Andre Mora. I am a business development consultant here at Prospera. With me, I have Mr. Michael Rivera, the one and only from the city of Miami Beach. And how you doing, Mike?
How's it going, guys? Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Today, we will be talking about business best practices and how we can use those to make your business more sustainable, which now that is no more important more than ever. Thank you for joining us. So a bit of technical pointers, technical details. If you have any issues with your audio, there's a nice little three dot button that you can use to switch your audio. Or if you want to log in through your phone, if your computer's giving you problems, you can do that within the three dots as well. And you just click view here to get the call-in number. Most importantly, this chat button is the most important part of this orientation. We all know that my voice is very nice to hear, but I want to get a little interaction for you guys. So, and not to keep you from falling asleep, it is late now. I can see, Mike, that the sun is still out. I don't have any windows in my office, so lucky you, but I'm getting a little tired over here, bud. But here's the chat, just in case you need any help finding it. Okay. Next up, well, again, we want to thank a special thank you to the city of Miami Beach. And the reason we are doing so is because we have partnered up together to do a Miami Beach Business Academy and the Technical Assistance Academy. We're going to do that with, actually, Mike, this one's yours. So I'm going to go over the Technical Assistance Academy, and then you can come in with the CDBG.
Of course. Perfect.
So the city of Miami Beach and Prospera have worked together into bringing a business academy where we will provide technical assistance to Miami Beach businesses that have either started or going to start or looking to grow. So part of this business academy are educational seminars and one-on-one business consulting. As you can see, each seminar has its own theme. We are here at Operations and Capacity for Best Practices. Next month, June 7th, we're going to do Access to Capital. Actually, it's June 21st. We're going to do Access to Capital. Then we're going to go into digital presence, social media the next month, and so on and so forth. This one's the general best practices, but each one after this one's going to go a little bit into a deeper dive into more special and technical business conversation. So I hope you guys can all make it. This is going to go on for the next 8 months, all the way to the end of the year. And if you want to program a one-on-one business consulting session, I'm already starting to see clients from Miami Beach. They're super grateful for our services. And I'd love to mention that because of this program and Miami Beach contribution, all of these services are free of charge monetarily. They do cost time. And as we all know, as business owners, time is money. So I hope to see you guys here, and I have Mike here to talk a little bit about their program that they're doing for CBG.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you. So yeah, first off, thank you guys for joining us. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the CARES Act funding. On October 28th of 2020, the City Commission for the Miami Beach approved a resolution which gave us $600,000 in small business grant funding. And with that funding also came the technical assistance portion of it. So thank you to Andre, thank you to Prospera for this partnership. And we look forward to building and growing and helping our small business community over the next 8 months. Now, with that said, I'm not sure. I'm unable to see if some of the business names, if you guys are located in Miami Beach or not. But we currently have a emergency small business reimbursement grant program. So what we are doing is we are reimbursing small businesses who were active in the city of Miami Beach. You'd be able to demonstrate that with a city of Miami Beach BTR, a business tax receipt, prior to the pandemic occurring. And what we are doing is we're reimbursing you up to $20,000 for expenses incurred at your principal business location. So that could be rent, that could be utilities, that could be payroll for your employees, that can be professional services, that can we reimburse for the licensing, anything that you paid from October 1st of 2020 through present day, we are reimbursing as long as you meet the program criteria. So as of today, we've been fortunate and extremely excited to have helped 27 local businesses for a grand total of $540,000. And we currently still do have $120,000 in funding available to assist our Miami Beach small businesses. So I'm going to go ahead and put my email in the chat. If anybody is interested in this program and would love to learn more, please reach out to me directly at Michael Rivera at miamibeachfl.gov, and I'll be able to further assist you. I can walk you through the application. If you're here in Miami Beach and it's easier if I come to your location, that's no problem. We could set up a meeting. So yeah, we're super thankful to have this funding, and we're looking to exhaust our funds and help our small business community.
That's excellent. It's a great program. So if you guys are in the city of Miami Beach, please make sure to reach out to Michael. He will definitely find a way to help you out. Okay. So moving on. We also want to talk about the Miami-Dade Business Navigator, which is also funded through the SBA and the CARES Act. So the federal government is doing a lot for businesses here in the county, and it's called the Navigator Program. And what is that? So Navigator Program is something where the federal government wanted to find a way, just like the city of Miami Beach is, to help small businesses recover from the COVID pandemic. The way works is that it's one program with many community organizations, including Prospera, in which we all work together and to refer you and to get you into the right place at the right time, depending on what stage you are in your business. It used to be that we wouldn't want to refer too many clients. We want to keep the clients to our own, but now we have the incentive, and honestly, it's been working really well. So we're working with these organizations here in Miami-Dade County, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. So we're able to help these businesses with different services. We have consulting here with Prospera, and you're going to learn a little bit more about our services, but each one has its own specialty, and we're working together to help you guys. Again, we're here. Michael's here to do the best we can to serve you, help you grow, and get you in a sustainable position here for your business. Okay? And if you want to find out more about that, you can go to these locations here. Continuing on. So that's a picture of me. My name is Andre Mora, as I mentioned earlier, business development consultant here at Prospera, South Florida. We're located in Doral, beautiful Miami, Florida, and we're happy to help you guys in anything that I can. Here, I also want to thank some of our annual sponsors. Because of them, all of our services that we're going to talk about here today, including the seminar, are free of charge monetarily. So what are we going to talk about today? What's the agenda? We're going to talk about who Prospera is, so the general considerations to start a business or to maintain a business. We're going to talk about Prospera services, stages of entrepreneurship, legal structures, some basic general business practices that everyone should do, whether you're starting or maintaining a business. And we're going to see some of our clients. And if you have any questions, you can always put in the chat anytime, but we're going to reserve some time at the end for you guys too. Okay, so who the heck is Prospera? Prospera is Florida's leading economic development nonprofit in the state. We started 30 years ago in Tampa and slowly started expanding within the state of Florida into Orlando and Miami. And now we've done so well, and the business model has done so well that we've started to expand into Atlanta and North Carolina. We specialize in providing bilingual technical assistance for low to moderate income businesses. We're going to talk about our service a little bit more, but that is the general gist of who Prospera is. We're here to help you with technical assistance. Okay? We work with you. What do we do best? We work with you. We help you to, if you're starting a business, to avoid common errors. And if you've already started a business and you haven't had a consultation session with maybe, or you just found a way to through the grit of your teeth to get the business going, and maybe you're still doing some of these common errors that are detrimenting the overall performance of your business. So we're here to consult. We're here to learn from you guys. We're here to learn about your business and see what resources we have through our services on how to help them get better, start, get better, and grow sustainably. Okay, so I want to get you guys a little contribution here. What are some common errors that you think entrepreneurs commit when they start a business or when they're running their business? I'm going to type on the chat again just in case. Please answers. Okay. Wait a minute. You guys are going to get out of this one easy. I think I put them to sleep, Mike.
Where's everybody at? Come on.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll keep going. If you guys want to answer on the way, please feel free. I will go back to it. Tough crowd. Can you repeat the question? The question is, what are some common errors entrepreneurs commit when starting or running a business? Thank you. Perfect. Not knowing their market. Absolutely. Not knowing their market has a lot of connotations. It can go from not knowing their industry and also not knowing who their client, who their target market is, which is what clients they want to do. Who are these clients? How much money do they make? Where are they from? What do they like to eat? What do they like to wear? What makes them tick so that you can better market your product or service to your target market? Most people just say, I have a product, I'm going to sell it. Doesn't matter to who. It's a general price. And the sad part about that, if you just have a general price, you don't know your target market. For example, if you have a high-end product, right? And and your target market should be a high-end consumer who isn't as affected or sensitive to pricing, you could be selling your product for a lot more than you're selling it right now and losing out on that profit in between. So it's super important to know your market. And another example would be I heard this business case the other day where there was the shampoo makers, right, in India. They were able to get into the high-end market by selling shampoo bottles, but it's a billion people, right? Then most of the billion people are not in the high-end side. Like, how do we get our products to our target market, which is the low end, the majority of India, which are low-income citizens? So what they did is single-use bottles that cost a couple cents. So because of that, they were able to not only expand their market, they were able to overtake the market. They were able to sell to the people that couldn't afford their small bottles, and now they have the revenues off the charts. So they knew that target market was plentiful, had a little bit amount of money, and had mostly used their money for food and housing, and didn't have any money left for cleaning, but would love to for cleaning themselves and bodily hygiene. So they developed the mini bottles and sold it for a couple of cents, and now they took over the market. So huge, great. Thank you for answering. So very, very, very important. Okay. So as you said, general considerations, know your market, having industry knowledge and experience. And here's a little bilingual here, Emprendedor Consideración, which basically means entrepreneurship, general considerations. Be aware of the risk. Most people fall in love with their ideas, fall in love with their business. They don't think about that it might not work. It might go belly up, you know? So be aware of the risk. Know that this is an investment of your time, an investment of your money. My favorite saying comes from Mr. Warren Buffett, and he says, if you're going to invest something, just pretend you already lost the money. Because if you're constantly worrying, oh my God, is it going down? Is it going up? You're not going to work to the best of your ability. So you are investing your time and your money here. Do put all your effort in, but please be aware of the risk that don't throw everything in the kitchen sink at it. Know and understand your competition. The reason that your competition, or at least an established competition, the reason they're in the market is because their stuff works already. So knowing your competition, if you're starting, take a look at what they're doing. Take a look at what works. Take a look at who's buying their stuff. That way, you're able to get insight on the market and the industry without having to even establish your business. If you're already in a business, you need to know your competition. You need to know who's the biggest players, what are they doing. You need to see if they're copying what you're doing. You need to see if they've upgraded their services or product and are taking away market share from you. Kind of like the NFL, it's a copycat league. You got to find what's working and you got to make sure you're either doing it or finding a way to do it better. Also, be honest with yourself financially. I have a client, it's a really sad story. He's in construction and he's building an app. However, if you take a look at his numbers, his financials, this app is going to cost him $150,000. He doesn't have that money. So he's already invested $20,000 into something he won't be able to pay off. I'm having a little bit of rough time as a consultant there, trying to walk him off the ledge, but he believes in it. But you have to be honest with yourself. Hey, can I afford what I'm about to do? Or if you can't afford it, how can I get the financing to be able to finance my journey into this new business or new how would you call it, new branch of business within your existing business or new product, new service. So be honest with yourself, know the risk, and go for it. If you do go for it 100%. Okay? How much do you need to invest in order to start? A lot of my clients don't do this. They don't take a look at the general cost of opening their business. How they don't do the research. I had another. Sorry, I see a lot of clients, so there's gonna be a lot of stories. There was a client who wanted to start a restaurant, and he was like, "I need a loan to start my restaurant." So I said, "How much do you need?" And he said, "I don't know." So I had to sit down and said, "All right, let's take a look." It's kind of like just to take a little thought experiment. So what do we need for a restaurant? We need a kitchen, right? Let's say he wants to open up a brick and mortar restaurant. So he needs the place. So that's going to be rent. You need to buy the kitchen. That's going to be a lot of money. Say $10,000. You got to get the forks, the seats, the chairs, everything. And that's going to be your initial cost. And that's going to be initial investment of starting. That goes in hand with being honest with yourself. Can I afford this? Should I go into this if it's going to cost me X amount of money? Okay. Next one, operational costs. Once you've already started your business, and you'd be surprised how many people don't do this, you need to be aware of your costs month in, month out. For example, let's say you started a business, you've been opening, and it's happening right now with COVID and what's happening with the supply chain issues, the gas prices going up. If you're not taking care of your costs, if you're not taking a look at them, your costs are maybe they increase. What if they increase? Maybe they go down and it helps your profit margin. But let's say, for the sake of this example, we're having a business, the trucking business, and the owner isn't taking into account the increase in oil prices and gas prices. He's not even taking a look at it. He's like, I got money in the bank. I'm fine. I'm doing well. Month over month, oil keeps going up. His revenue stays the same, So slowly but surely, he's losing profit margin, and it could be to the point where his costs are going to take his revenues. So he's going to start declaring losses, unbeknownst to him, because he didn't take a look at his costs and he didn't compare them with his revenues, in which you get your profit and loss. So it's super important. Please, guys, every month, I know accounting is boring, but we're in business to make money. So in order to make money, we got to keep costs low and revenue high. Okay. Common sources of financing. This is also super important to know for any business. We have the first one, the entrepreneur. You, yourself, your bank account, your savings account, any your 401k, which I don't recommend, your personal assets, anything that you can come out of pocket, that's your first source of financing. Second are financial institutions. I don't say banks here because there's a lot of different institutions that you can get financing from. You can get one from a traditional bank, a CDFI, which is a sort of a nonprofit that focuses on the financing of small businesses. You can get one from hard money lenders, also not recommended, but that's out there. Family and friends, I also don't recommend this one. Why? Because as we were talking before, you got to know the risk. So if you do talk to your friends, your family, let them know that they may not get their money back. Okay? And it's not worth severing a relationship with a friend or a family member over financing a business. At least I don't think so. Okay? Of course, there's other sources. What are those? CDBG Miami Beach, as if you occur that the programs that Michael's running, that's one way. It's another source of funding. Business grants, competitions, those are other sources of funding that you can find for your business. Okay. Here's another question. Hopefully, someone else participates. What financing sources do you think that you should avoid? Give you guys a minute or two. Okay. I already gave you guys one. Okay. Hard money lenders one. I'll give you a freebie. I would avoid that one. Okay. I also want to go into some legal people. Okay. Yep, that's another one. People who don't have money to lose. Right. You shouldn't ask someone who basically, if they invest, they lose everything, right? You put them in a bad situation. That's a good point. Thank you. So here are some legal structures. This is important to know if you're starting a business, but also if you are already in a business and kind of just got incorporated because your buddy told you so, or your lawyer said this was the best one. It's good for you guys to know what the pros and cons are of each structure. Okay, we have sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, C corporation, C corp, or S corp, which stands for small business corporation. And you have the all famous LLC, limited liability company. Each of them have their own pros and cons that we're going to go through right here. Perfect. So for sole proprietorship, it's just one owner. You're doing business as yourself, right? You are the business. There's no legal process to incorporate. It's kind of easy. I can go from one day to the next saying, I make cups, I make metal cups, and I'm going to start selling them. I'm the business owner. I'm doing DBA is more cups. Get more cups from me. So I have total control because I am one business. I am one owner, and I control everything, right? Most reports are DBA. Your social security number is usually how they identify you, or you can apply for a tax ID. And taxes are at the personal level because that all the revenue goes to you. Okay. The only registration that would take here would be through Sunbase to register a DBA if you want to. A partnership is an agreement between two or more people under a contract and that establishes responsibilities between two people and establish a working operational arrangement, right? If one of these owners or in the partnership dies, that partnership ceases to exist. So that's important to know. Taxes are also on the personal level, and here you do start getting into a little bit more uh, of legal requirements in terms of having to have a contract and annual reporting. C corp is the one of the more standard legal structures. You can have one or more owners. The control is under shareholders. And in this one, if one of the shareholders dies, the corporation does continue to exist. However, the benefit of incorporating in a C corp that you don't have under a partnership or sole proprietorship is what's called it's a legal protection of your assets. So, for example, if I was a sole proprietor selling cups, and let's just say one of my cups explodes for some reason in the microwave and hurts someone, and that person decides to sue me, and I lose as a sole proprietor or in the partnership, our personal assets are in danger. So if we lose that demand, that court sue trial, then we would have to pay whatever the court says we have to pay. And our personal assets could be used to pay that debt. Under a corporation, if I get sued, then the corporation would be sued, and the corporation's assets would be liable under that suit, but not my personal assets. Okay, so there is that separation of legal protection. Under Corporation S, the Corporation for Small Businesses, it's also a corporation, but a few years back, the IRS saw that there was a burden on small businesses because of the thing I forgot to mention, that corporations are double taxed. And what that means is that the corporation is taxed on the revenue of the corporation and then on the salary on the shareholders. So that's why it's a double taxation. Okay. So then for Corporation for Small Businesses that was established by the IRS, there are situations where you can not get double tax. You would only get tax on the revenue on the salaries, on the distributions, on the shareholders. So there is a caveat here for the S corporation. You can only have 1 to 75 shareholders. They all have to be United States citizens or permanent residents. Okay. And you have the LLC, which is kind of a blend between a partnership and a corporation, and where you don't have shareholders, you have members. There is annual reporting. It's similar to a corporation, sole proprietorship, partnership in terms of taxes, in which you only get taxed on the revenue that you give to your members or shareholders. So there is no double taxation either. And there's also that legal protection on your personal assets if you maintain your bank, your personal funds and your business funds separated. You're not mixing any funds between them. You're not not using the business account to pay for the groceries. You're not using your personal account to buy the assets for the business. If you do that, then a well-trained lawyer can use that and say that the corporate veil has been pierced, and because you're basically running your business as yourself, so then they can go against your personal assets. So if you have a business, please make sure that you are not mixing your personal funds, your business funds, because you will lose that legal protection if you are ever sued. Okay, it's really important. So what stage are you in your business? Here are some stages that we generally see here at Prospera. Okay, the research stage. In this research stage, it's where it's it's extremely important, and most people skip over this stage. You got to gain your basic business knowledge. What are my initial costs? Who's my target market? What product am I going to sell? What service? What am I looking to gain out of this? Am I looking to just be my own boss, make a little bit of money? Or am I looking to expand this and grow this into have a vision, basically, is what I'm saying. Have a mission statement, write up your own business plan so that it's not just up in here, it's written. You're writing it into the real world. Um, you got to research what possibilities of partnership are there. Is there an organization that you can partner with that's going to speed up your growth strategy, or it's going to help you with consulting like Prospera. Define your products and service and value proposal. Value proposal is something that's very important that most people do not do. Most people just say, let's say, for example, my cups again. What a value proposal is what's going to make people take their hard-earned money and give it to you, right? My value proposal for this cup would be, yeah, most people just say, hey, it's a great product, you should buy it from me. But really, the value that you're giving with this is that I make it by hand. It's a once in a lifetime product. No one else has it. And you can recycle it 1 billion times. So the value I'm giving it to you is you're protecting the earth, and you're helping someone who's working with their hands, and maybe that is something that you like to do, to help people that are artisanal, or that depends on your personal preference, right? So that's kind of like the value proposal. And if you can define that, then it makes it easier on yourself for marketing as well. It gives you an easier story to tell. Okay. The beginning stage. You've moved forward with your initial business plan. You've evaluated your market, your competition. You see what's working. You see what's not working. Your target market. You've started maybe selling, doing a little bit of marketing, seeing how that's going. And you've identified sources of capital that you can use once you need to inject some financing into your business to speed up growth. You also, by starting to sell your product and seeing who's buying it, who's not buying it, why and why not, are starting to specialize your knowledge within your business and your product and your service. You're starting to see that you're better at a certain thing and then another thing, right? You're seeing that, let's say you're a consultant, you're seeing you're seeing more clients for marketing, and then you're getting more value with them because you're better at marketing. But if someone comes in for financing, even though you've marketed that you're also a financing consultant, they're seeing that you lack some knowledge and aren't getting repeat visits. So your initial business plan was for an overall consulting agency, but you're seeing that your expertise is in marketing. So why don't we change the business plan up to be more focused on our business on marketing? So we changed from a general business consulting agency to a marketing agency. So that's kind of what you want to start doing when you start your business. You want to sell to as many people as you can and start noticing who's buying, why not, why aren't they buying, why are they buying, how much money they have, where are they from, all that. You got to build your client profile. So the experienced/established entrepreneur, they've already acquired sources of capital. They've grown to the point where banks are saying, hey, this guy's bankable. We can give him a line of credit. We can give him a loan. You are already specialized in what you're doing. You've already developed your product. When someone asks you, what do you do? You're able to explain it perfectly. These are the services that I offer. This is how I've been able to help people. You've already identified the errors in your initial business plan, like in the example of the consulting agency, and adjusted. You know exactly who your competition is, what they do, how you're different from your competition. So you've already established your business, you're ready to go, and this is the stage where the back office becomes extremely important in terms of sustainability. Because of COVID, a lot of people, they had businesses, for example, restaurants for 10, 20 years, and they kind of got used to doing the things they were used to, but they didn't take the time to speak to a consultant or to speak to somebody else to see what uh, back office procedures are required, or maybe there's a, you know, in terms of restaurant, how do I modernize my systems so that I can go to online easier, for example. Um, so it's extremely important to keep an eye on this part as an experienced/established business, to keep an eye on how to modernize and how to make your back office procedures and help you because the even here in South Florida, if there's ever an emergency or something, or COVID, this is when you need to have an established back office that can handle the stress of maybe having a couple months without revenue, which happened during the lockdown. Maybe having enough revenue to be able to ask for a loan. Having the back office, which keeps all the records that the government's going to ask you for if you need an emergency loan. Okay. And we have, which we see a lot of here at Prospera, the immigrant entrepreneur. These entrepreneurs have businesses abroad. Most of them have been extremely successful, and because of that, they have money to invest here in the United States. But they come here and they think they can copy and paste their business and the way they do things from over there to here, and that's not how it works. So they need to familiarize themselves with the U.S. laws. They need to establish credit history, credit score. They need to learn the market again. Here we go, and the competitive landscape. They also need to adapt to new customers that are accustomed to doing different things. We like Amazon here. We like doing everything online. Maybe over there they could get away with a storefront for a certain retail business. But the way we're seeing here is that brick and mortars are shutting down in terms of the clothing and fashion industry and moving more towards online. So they have a lot of catching up to do, but they do have the entrepreneurial spirit, and that usually gets them to where they need to go. So what are Prospera services? How can we help you in whatever stage of business you're in? We have business seminars, just like this one. Orientations, where we have a general business practices, or usually it's for new businesses, those orientations. If you already started a business, we have specialized workshops where we talk about what do I need to access capital? How do I manage my accounting? Well, what marketing practices should I be using? What are good social media strategies, et cetera, et cetera. So they are for those, we invite some of our providers in. And so let's say it's a marketing thing, we'll bring in a specialist in marketing to talk about what he's seeing in the trends in the marketing space for, let's say, social for cybersecurity, or it's for accessing capital. We'll bring in someone from one of our banking partners to come in and talk about the banking landscape and the economy. Okay, so they can get pretty high level, and you will definitely learn something for those. Second piece is the one-on-one business consulting. You would come in, have a consultation with someone like me, a business development consultant. You would tell me about your business. We would kind of diagnose what's either holding you back from where you want to go, or strategize on how we can grow or how we can maintain where you are. Okay. It's really personal. It's one-on-one. It's customized, and we have a lot of resources depending on where you are. And I will identify those resources to help you. So honestly, I've met a lot of good clients. I've met a lot of good people through the business consulting. And you can be here as a client for Prospera for 1 week, or some people have been here for 6 years. So you will develop a relationship with us if you want to, and we are here to help you no matter what. The third piece is access to capital. We ourselves are not a financial organization, but what we do is we do the preliminary analysis on your financials to see if you qualify for your loan, and if you don't, what we can do, and we put you on a plan to get your numbers to a point where you are bankable. And once you are, we have partners in the community such as CDFIs and banks, and we know their program. So given what your specialty is or what your business is, we will direct you to the right program that is specialized for your type of industry or your type of business. And we don't just go to, hey, here you go. You have to go talk to the banker. No, we go one-on-one, hand in hand with you guys and walk with you in every step of the process. Okay. The last one is tools for entrepreneurial advancement. Now, this is where we as Prospera pay for you guys to go with the specialists. So let's say you have an established restaurant, but you're so busy all the time, you don't know how much you're making a month. Your accountant's the one that deals with it. I don't have time for that. That to me seems like you need to go to a CPA, and we'll pay for you to go to a CPA so that you learn how to manage your books and how it's done, so that you do know, how much you're making in month over month, how the bookkeeping procedures are working. And if you don't even want to you want to automate it, we also have QuickBooks training. We also have, if you're just starting or you want to rebrand, we have a logo. We send you to a marketing specialist where they design your logo. They give you a social media strategy, give you business cards. So we have other services and other tools, but that's basically what that means. Okay. So what does your relationship with Prospera look like? Like I said, it could be a week, it could be 6 years. It could be, I just come in to receive consultation, or I have clients where I go to their place of business and I do consulting where they're at. Okay. So it just depends on you guys. I'm here to help. I am from Mexico, but I came here from Miami, and I see how the businesses give back to the community, and then really I've seen how businesses have driven the growth in this city that I love. So I want to give back to you guys and make sure that you're given the help that you deserve. Okay. So how do we do this? How is this possible? It's possible because we're a nonprofit and because our business model works. And because our business model works, our services are free of charge because people donate to us. They say, hey, Prospera, you can actually help businesses. So we want you to keep doing that and not charge them anything for it. So we've gotten donations from our past clients, and we give donors like the city of Miami Beach. Thank you so much. And JP Morgan Chase, Disney, Wells Fargo, Truist, Amaranth. The list goes on. Okay. So that's how we're able to do these services free of charge. These are some of the clients that we've worked with here in South Beach. And here in South Florida, we've worked with Vicky's. These are a couple of our clients here as well. Maybe in your area, you've seen these before. Okay? Recuerde, remember, we're in Miami. We're bilingual over here. Remember, give us a call. This is where we have our offices. We want you to come in for a consultation. We want to get to know your business. We want to be able to help you. Here in South Florida, we're in Doral. I'm more than happy to also go to your place of business. And I'm also very happy to take a Zoom call or a Teams call or whatever you use. Okay? So if you can definitely reach us out to us at my email, which is this one, or you can give us a call between 9 to 5:30, 8 to 9, to set up a consultation. Okay? Last but not least, follow us, please. Part of being a business development consultant at nonprofit means I have a lot of jobs. One of them is social media manager. Please follow us. I promise you it's great content. If you follow us, you will be supporting businesses in the community that we are in these communities. Georgia, Charlotte, Raleigh, West Coast of Florida and Tampa, Orlando, Doral, Miami. We do client spotlights all the time. We give them free marketing and put them on our social media. So if you follow us, at least you'll know that you're helping support small businesses here, and you'll get to see up close and personal what we're doing in the community and what seminars are up and coming and all that jazz. Okay, so please give us a follow. It's Prospera USA. You'll see me there. You'll see all of our consultants there. You'll see what we're doing. Thank you. Okay. Any questions? No questions. Okay. Well then, everybody, here we go. Which is the structure that requires members to be U.S. citizens? That is the S corp or S corporation. No problem. Okay, everybody. Well, if there's no questions, I want to say everybody have a great night. I hope to see you here or hear of you guys at going to a consulting session. And I hope to see your businesses grow and prosper and be sustainable, and no matter what happens, with a hurricane, tornado, COVID. Oh, I hope you guys all the success, and I hope I see you guys here. Good night and good luck.